Hi, this is a video, a life skills video, and this is part 2 of relationships that sneak up on you. Now, like I said in video part 1, it's a strange kind of a title because how can a relationship sneak up on you? But it can. And I'm sure there are some of you who meet, depending on how you meet somebody. Most of us black women in my era, we used to meet men in a dance, in a party, or at a friend's house, or a wedding, or it was hardly ever the theatre or places like that. It used to be the good old fashioned, good warm-hearted stuff. And when you met somebody, you took them at face value. You didn't really used to ask any questions and look a nice little dance and your chemistry going on and everything nice, and next thing you know, they've got your number, you've got their number, and you're engaged and you're talking. You meet them, you on face value, they look smart, dressed slick, and drive a nice car, and they're working somewhere, and you think, yeah, I've hit the jackpot here. Decent young man. A few months down the line, as he's talking to you, you find out, so when you're talking about his suit, some woman bought his suit, another person gave him a present, the watch is given to him by somebody else, and whatever he's wearing, it's been bought by some woman, some previous woman, and they're dropping hints to you as if to say, this is the standard, this is what I'm expecting. And that job that they had, all of a sudden, they got fired or they've been made redundant. And what happens is, in those situations, they wait until the relationship is quite steady and stable, They're not stupid. They make sure the relationship is well in. So, and plus, especially when you slept with them and then you start feeling guilty, that because as far as you're concerned now, it's kind of got serious now once you've slept with them, and they know that's how you think, because as black people, a lot of black women, that is how they think. They think, this is how, and that's I'm talking about entrapment. I'm using it a lot. It is a form of entrapment. A man would try to slip you with you quick so that they can say that you're their woman, and also because of that sex thing, they know it's more or less a serious relationship. So once you've given up that booty, you've had it, really. Because now they can say, oh, you're their woman or they're your man. And then you have got to have all the garbage that goes with that. Now, that could be the fact that when he's, a few months in, he's lost his job all of a sudden. This is a job he allegedly had for months. Now you end up with somebody who's not working. And, I get so frustrated with these examples. So many people end up with some men in their homes who are not doing jack. They're not contributing. They're just lounging around. They're using up the woman's electricity. They're using up the woman's water. And to make it worse, these ones that ain't working and sneak into your house, or sneak in the back door, as I call it, when they're using the shower, it's no quick shower, It's one long thing. So then you're thinking to yourself, hey, hold on a minute. Then you have to start thinking water bill. And then when they're at home all day, you're thinking about electricity bill. And then they're not contributing. Nah, you can't let those relationships sneak up on you, sisters. Thank God I have not been in that situation, but I know a lot of women who have landed themselves with somebody who came in looking very impressive and they ain't got jack. And why did that happen? Because they didn't ask the questions in one of my earlier videos, and they didn't do their homework, and probably they were too needy and desperate, and whatever it means or however it happens. Some men are really, really slick though. It doesn't always mean that you're not on the ball. Some men are really slick and calculating. I mean, think about those men that marry for, to get a visa. I know a man who waited 8 years before he jacked in the woman that he married. And he waited 8 years because he wanted to get the citizenship. The visa wasn't enough, He wanted to get the citizenship, so he made sure he did everything he needed to do. Until he got the citizenship, they got a house and everything, paid it all off, and the next thing you know, boof, he's gone and he's getting 50%. So you've got to be careful, girls. There's a lot of treacherous men out there, and I know there's treacherous women, I know that. But this video is for females. So if you're a man, you're not supposed to be watching it. But you have to be careful, girls, on a serious note, because there are good men out there, but the ones that come over too quick, too nice, too friendly, and every minute they want to come to your yard, be careful. If they want to come to your yard, it means they ain't got one. Otherwise, they'll be inviting you to theirs. So all I'm saying is that when they start off with a job and a car and looking good and smelling sweet, the first, you make sure you go out with them for longer than 6 months, because I tell you something, you'll soon know when they start talking about it, and it happens pretty quick when they feel comfortable. I knew somebody who had a house, and I thought to myself, oh, very stable person, got his own house, got a nice car, and I don't even think we were going out for 5 months. Next thing I hear him saying, oh, this car's too expensive, me, I gotta sell it. Oh, I'm gonna sell this house because I don't really want to live in this house anymore. I want to move to wherever. My area am I talking on? I'm just like, in my head's doing all the maths. I'm thinking, that's weird. You know what I mean? You have your house, you have your car, and now you're talking about you're going to sell both. So what are you going to have? Where are you going to go? You ain't going to come and live in my yard. You know what I mean? But you've got to be careful, because a lot of men are looking for a way out. And they have these things to impress and entrap. And then they have the gall to say you're being materialistic when these things go. The reason why you're attracted to them in the first place is because they're your equal at that level. When they get rid of it, they're no longer your equal. What have they got to offer? What have they got to bring to the table? And likewise, females only. Also, with regard to bringing something to the table. But my point is that this is the ways that relationships sneak up on you. You end up with men in your life that are not contributing fairly and equally, if at all. So I think women are wising up a lot now, because that's why so many of them are single. But you do have to do your homework. There are some good guys out there, but they're few and far between. The warning signs are usually that they want to move in quickly. When I say move in quickly, I don't mean move into your yard quickly, but they come onto you very quickly. They're all into you and all, ready to take you out every 5 minutes. Want to come around your yard every 5 minutes. Those are the signs. And they want to come out to your yard. And that's a funny thing. You notice, I just remembered, I've noticed that even though I'm in a relationship, I've noticed that if somebody wants to meet you or talk, because I do a lot of work with men, so that is a part of what I do. So when I have noticed that anytime I arrange to meet a man, whether it's to do with the music or recording or whatever it is, and I decide I'm going to meet a man, and he calls me up and he says, look, I need to come and see you. It's always on my turf, I notice. It's never on theirs. It's always like, oh, I need to come up to Bedfordshire. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I'll meet you midway. It's okay. I'll meet you midway. Those are the signs. You meet a guy and he's talking about, oh, I'll come up to your area. No, don't let them come to your area. Don't let them come to your house. You meet them mid-turf on neutral grounds. Because I've noticed that that is one of the key signs of the relationships that sneak up on you. They always want to come to your turf. And it's normally the Black Brits, dare I say. You don't normally find Jamaicans so far, well, I shouldn't say Jamaicans, but Caribbeans, not so much. But the Black Brits, key in that area. So all I've got to say, girls, is do be careful and try not to get entrapped or let anybody sneak up on you. Okay? All right, that's all for now.